Welcome everyone, it's Evelyn. Take a deep breath. Sending you lots of love and blessings, you guys. Hoping you're having a great day. I have a very special message that came through. Martin Luther came through today. And actually, I started out in bed. I decided to turn my sand art today. It hasn't been working that great because the bubbles don't really stay separate anymore. They just keep coming into the bigger bubbles, and then the sand doesn't drop. But I actually got it to fall. I did it twice. And I did get some messages out of it. So it started with the sand art this morning. I didn't sleep last night at all. I was in bed most of the night, but I didn't sleep. It was probably my fault because I ate ice cream last night. But so it's the 9th, and that the 9th is the Hermit. So October 9th. And the day adds up to 23, which is the King of Wands. So the 23 is a 5. It's also it's freedom and expansion. And it can be, well, it's the King of Wands, the man of passion. And then we have the 9 of the Hermit, which is the wisdom of going within. Very, opposite energies. The King of Wands really wants to expand outward, right? And then the Hermit wants to go within. So at 8:44, I started writing my notes about this. I had reviewing the stuff I'd done with the salt, the sulfur, and the mercury video, and the 3 animals that came up, the wolf, the rabbit, and the pig. And it was very interesting because the rabbit was coming up as the source connection because the rabbit is the hair, and I was getting the hair connections because literally your hair are an etheric connection, just like when you connect to spirit, your hairs stand up on end. So that's another connection that you have. So, and I'm assuming the wolf is the masculine energy and the pig is the feminine energy, but the rabbit is the connection, the hair connection. And I was getting the 3 little pigs and the big bad wolf. And that was from the day that the 3 Queen of Cups came up. And the number is 333. The masculine is the number 1, the ego energy, which is imbalanced because it's an odd number. And then the feminine is the 2, the etheric realm, the balanced energy. Then I was doing my sand art. So I said I did it twice. So on the first time, I was literally getting, it was very obvious, there was a crocodile that was dismantled. The power had been removed from the crocodile. The head or the top jaw had been taken away or unhinged. The second sand art that I turned was really beautiful. It was a new bridge was forming as I watched it come down. A new bridge finished being built. The old bridge on the opposite side of the sand art literally was dismantled. So as the new bridge finished, the old one came down. The new bridge made out of the message in a bottle, literally it looked like the message in the bottle buried under the sand was halfway across the bridge. That was making the bridge. And then Jim Croce came up. The sand art also looked like the back of me in bed doing the sand art. Like if you saw someone under the covers and then reaching over to the bedside table, it literally looked like that as well. I was going to show it to you, but I didn't take it. I don't think it's on my phone. I think I put it on my iPad, which I can't show you because I'm on my iPad. But anyway, maybe I'll show that to you next time. But I do want to show you the pictures of the read before I forget to show you. So this is the main read from the SIRIAN STARSEED deck in front of you. And then the full read that's in front of you. Oh, I thought that was already arranged. Give me 1 second so I can show that to you. Okay, so this is the one in front of you, the full read. Just trying to get it clearer for you. Okay, so I have some other stuff I'm going to have to show you too. Well, maybe not show you, but okay. So with this new bridge and the message in the bottle, Jim Croce comes up. If I could save time in a bottle, the first thing that I'd like to do is to save every day like a treasure, and then again I would spend them with you. But there never seems to be enough time to do the things you want to do once you find them. I've looked around enough to know that you're the one I want to go through time with. It's a little low for me. So that was coming up. And I actually ended up writing a song last night, and I haven't been playing a lot of piano recently, so that came out of the blue. And then after I did the sand art, when I was still in bed, I was being guided to look at the pyramids again, but don't look at the pyramids, but look at the negative space around the pyramids. So when I got up, I did that. I looked at the different arrangements of the pyramids, and I kept getting the letter M and the letter E, which is me, and that can reference God, I am that I am. But I was also in one of the arrangements of the pyramids, I was seeing a profile of George Washington. And then as I looked at the Sphinx, I got Martin Luther King. So I looked up Martin Luther to see what was coming up, and nicknames, because he was actually not born Martin Luther, he was born Michael, which I didn't realize that. I probably knew at some point, but I'd forgotten that. But his father was Michael. He was Michael Jr., but his father got really inspired by Martin Luther regarding the Protestant Reformation from the Catholic Church. So he actually renamed himself Martin Luther and his son as well. So they were only Michael and Michael for a short time when he was a little boy. So his nickname, they called him ML, but some people called him a troublemaker or a whistleblower, right? And he was born, of course, January 15th, which is my sister's birthday, 1929. So his birthday adds up to 37, which is the King of Cups, the lesson of unconditional love. He was assassinated on April 4th, that 4-4 energy, from 1968. That's actually 32. So that's the journey, the message of the journey, right? 10, 24, 28, yep, 32. And he was actually born in Atlanta. It's funny because my daughter's in Atlanta, and I was born in Memphis. He was born in Atlanta and died in Memphis. So anyway, the M was coming up from the mountains. I couldn't figure out what else they wanted to show me except for the profile of Washington, which is the first president of the United States, right? The New World. And then Martin Luther. So what needed to come up about that? So then I went into doing my read. I cut the SIRIAN STARSEED deck at 10:04, which is 10:4, message received, and writing down the M of Martin. The read, when I put down the cards, the first letter that's coded is the letter M, and the read ends on the King of Cups, which had just come up from Martin Luther. So it started with M and ended with the King of Cups. So yeah, Martin Luther is definitely coming up. They're confirming it. And the unconditional love of his life lesson number. And then at 10:13, which is a turn for the better, and then the 13 of transformation and death, I was getting F chalices, which is again the Phi of chalices, expand the heart and emotions. And then at 10:14 was getting ES, which can reference the divine feminine. 10 being the wheel of fortune, again, the turn for the better, and the 14 is the temperance card, the angels, the higher love. And then I was getting I have a dream. So first it was coming up with Lincoln, right? 7 years ago. And then I started the read. So I finished doing the read at 10:25, which is the Wheel of Fortune and the Knight of Wands, right? First we had the King of Wands, that passionate man that the day adds up to today. And now we have the 25 of the Knight of Wands. So this is the King of Wands who gets going. He gets moving. So the major arcana that came up for this read, the only one in the main part of the read was Reflection, which is the Hermit. And then before the read, the Star and the Chariot came up. And after the read, the Shadow came up, which is the Devil. In this read, we had 5 cups, which is a lot. The masculine doesn't always have any cups, let alone 1 or 2, but 5. So we had 5 cups in this read today, 2 wands, 2 pentacles, and 1 sword. So a lot of emotions and heart-based energy here. The court cards, we have the Page of Cups, the Queen of Swords, and the King of Cups in the read. And then before the read, the King of Swords also came up. So we have the King and Queen of Swords and the Page of Cups and the King of Cups. We had triple 4s in this read. Okay, 444. We also had, which is very angelic energy. 77 is the the sovereign, and also 88. So the two twins dancing and both balanced within their masculine and feminine doing the dance, which can then, for me, the two eights turn over into the infinity symbol. So 89 also comes up, but 789 more so, just in time. And 47, which is the Seven of Cups. It's also, for me, the synchronicities, the heaven in their eyes. And in a lesser sense, 34 came up, the Eight of Wands, that back and forth energy, the arrows of love. 45 of the Five of Cups, and then 67 of the Knight of Pentacles. So the code line was all about perseverance here. And it added up to 12 on the code line from 4 and 8. So 4 and 8s were big in this read today. In a lesser sense, the 77. And 48 is the Eight of Cups, the walking away and within from things that no longer serve, things you might have put a lot of heart into, like Martin Luther King did. So we have the 4 of the stability and building a strong foundation, the 8, so that's the manifesting of survival, and then the 8 of manifesting your dreams, and then the 12 of the wisdom, to know the difference, right? Between what you can and can't control, as Martin Luther King. So the code line was all about perseverance. And it was right away about Martin Luther, because it started out with the M and the King of Cups, which was the message right before I started the read. So Martin Luther, the seeker of expansion, speaks. Okay, so first I'm going to tell you what I got from the code line, and then I'm going to go into what I was guided to read. So this is from the code line that's all about perseverance, and the P was separated from perseverance or urgent severance, and the number 12 of wisdom, the hangman, being hung out to dry, right? The Jesus energy, the Martin Luther King energy, and the Lincoln energy, all hung out to dry, assassinated. Martin Luther, the seeker of expansion, the crazy madman, the goat skin bellows. It's like we talk about the second skin this week. It's been coming up a lot. It's like the lamb or the goat, the second skin. The goat skin bellows and speaks, right? He wasn't afraid to speak his truth. Of God, the bridge dance of the 9-inch nails, right? So Jesus being hung on the cross, hung out to dry, just for grounding and integrating and speaking of love and working to align with the status of venerable, worthy of reverence, ancient, sacred, a long-lasting impression of aged goodness and benevolence, the honorable king. Outward, friend, wine, mere shallow lake or pond, just the tip of the iceberg. 20, a score, but 2020, 2 scores. A composition of many layers, a debt, a bribe, a sexual conquest. That one, the beautiful, the mild wind and veiny bent crass shore, bank or side, stolen land, a notch. Is it an achievement or was it a shakedown? To come, in not this time division of land, but of dimension. Dimension. 2 men's connection. So ion is connection. A 2 worlds split, and this was at 11:11. One for the free, and one for those who choose to remain in prison. The capital P is the housing of the pin, P-I-N. The P of the pin, the I of the chakra system, and the lowercase n for me is code for Jesus, that holds the chakra system of the divine feminine, and Jesus, which represents the divine masculine. In urgent severance, not reverence, the urgent sap ran for seal of approval, or in other words, approval outside of himself, in perseverance. Without pi or kneeling, there cannot be phi and breaking through the ceiling. At 11:17, the urgent Sophia Eve era, or in other words, Christ's seal. So, I have a dream. And in that speech, Martin Luther talked about Lincoln, who spoke of 70 years ago. 70 years ago, our fathers brought forth upon this continent a new nation, conceived in liberty and dedicated to the proposition that all men are created equal. So that was 70 years from when Lincoln did that speech. But when Martin Luther came up, it was 50 years ago, and still not free. Let us not wallow in the valley of despair. I say to you today, my friends. And so even though we face the difficulties of today and tomorrow, I still have a dream. It is a dream deeply rooted in the American dream. Sorry if I get emotional here, it's very high energy. I have a dream that one day this nation will rise up and live out the true meaning of its creed. We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal, and women. I have a dream that one day on the red hills of Georgia, the sons of former slaves and the sons of former slave owners will be able to sit down together at the table of brotherhood. I have a dream that one day, even in the state of Mississippi, a state sweltering with the heat of injustice, sweltering with the heat of oppression, will be transformed into an oasis of freedom and justice. I have a dream that my 4 little children will one day live in a nation where they will not be judged by the color of their skin, but by the content of their character. I have a dream today. I have a dream that one day, down in Alabama, with its vicious racists, with its governor having its lips dripping with the words of interposition and nullification, one day right there in Alabama, little black boys and black girls will be able to join hands with little white boys and white girls as sisters and brothers. I have a dream today. I have a dream that one day every valley shall be exalted, and every hill and mountain shall be made low. The rough places will be made plain, and the crooked places will be made straight. And the glory of the Lord shall be revealed, and all flesh shall see it together. This is our hope, and this is the faith that I go back to the South with. And with this faith we'll be able to hew out of the mountain of despair a stone of hope. With this faith we will be able to transform the jangling discords of our nation into a beautiful symphony of brotherhood. With this faith we will be able to work together, to pray together, to struggle together, to go to jail together, to stand up for freedom together, knowing that we will be free one day. And this will be the day when all of God's children will be able to sing with new meaning. My country, 'tis of thee, sweet land of liberty, of thee I sing. Land where my fathers died, land of the pilgrim's pride, from every mountainside let freedom ring. And if America is to be a great nation, this must become true. And so let freedom ring from the prodigious hilltops of New Hampshire. Let freedom ring from the mighty mountains of New York. Let freedom ring from the heightening Alleghenies of Pennsylvania. And let freedom ring from the snow-capped Rockies of Colorado. Let freedom ring from the curvaceous slopes of California. But not only that. Let freedom ring from Stone Mountain of Georgia. Let freedom ring from Lookout Mountain of Tennessee. Let freedom ring from every hill and molehill of Mississippi, from every mountainside. Let freedom ring. And when this happens, and when we allow freedom ring, when we let it ring from every village and every hamlet, from every state and every city, we will be able to speed up that day when all of God's children, black men and white men, Jews and Gentiles, Protestants and Catholics, and women, will be able to join hands and sing the words of the old Negro spiritual, free at last, free at last. Thank God Almighty, we are free at last. So that was definitely coming up. Martin Luther was definitely connecting with me when that came through. And when I looked at the Sphinx and saw Martin Luther, I was literally seeing the face of the Sphinx as being Martin Luther, and I was getting a message from God saying, this is the part of me I want you to see. This is me at my best, basically. That was the message I was getting. And so there was very much that energy about the United States, the New World, of George Washington being the first president, and then bringing Lincoln and then Martin Luther King into this, and both of which were assassinated. So I start this read at 11:18, which is Justice and the Moon. The Page of Cups reversed starts out the read, which is very much about the loss of our innocence and of our children's innocence. Below the Page of Cups here, and here's the Page of Cups, the big card here, and the clarifier's on top. So below that, 4 cards down, is the King of Swords reversed, the Sorrow card upright, the 5 of Swords reversed, and the Chariot upright. Rejection, vulnerability, innocence taken away, after the King of Swords reversed lied for his pride, stardom, success, brightness, post-war, PTSD, and looting, and a bold move to the travel, the ascending, the rejection, the confession to the Queen of Pentacles, or being at her mercy, the Knight of Pentacles reversed, stuck, stubborn, no movement or work, no bubbling of self or humbling of self, or being still to heal and dream the dream of offering a new life, time, money, and effort to the Hierophant, the establishment, religion, or marriage, the Taurus, uncomfortable with a release or release of a hostage or prisoner, anxiety and or fear, uncomfortable about dumping a load, a burden, or all their responsibilities, and or releasing the Queen of Pentacles, sunshine, exposure, or fully energized, or Leo or kids out in the cold or out in the sun and heat, as good news comes in ahead of the game or crowd, an announcement delayed or just choked up, perhaps an announcement made about an awakening, and or an awakened man who was assassinated and now in bliss state, born again, a child of God, in a vacuum now that the worst is over, as the swords all fall out one at a time, line by line. Leprechaun green boots, folded down proper, one leg crossed, 70 years assassinated, 50 assassinated, returning to support, saving the children and all the good men and women. All choked up and a need to swallow their pride, in awakened and plastered to the glass ceiling at 11:35, which is Justice and the Wounded Warrior. As the trumpeter breathes in, the hairs on his head align, like your hair standing up on end. They stand up at attention in the bliss state. The goosebumps, the schooling of the goose, the Sphinx, the Martin Luther schooling the golden goose on destiny, and the score, doubling down, 2020. Blackjack, okay, maybe it's Black Martin or Michael, but it's close and it's 2020 split. The worst is over with the good news, success, and leading the way to be vulnerable and venerable and get back on the horse anyway. Back in the saddle, blazing, white wedding, honey moon, which is the full moon in June, the drinking of the honey, the grape syrup or wine. The first month, why it's in June, because the first month of the wedding is supposed to be the sweetest. The King of Cups reversed and the Emperor reversed, not talking here. With the new moon past 18th in September, no surprise that the Page of Wands is inspired by passion. Raising their hands, who wants the pearl? The Empress backs down, breaking a pattern, and is letting the eyes have it. Up before dawn, cooking up a storm to deceive the Page of Wands, or pretending to back down, or letting a teen go out on a date. At 11:50, which is Justice and the 10 of Cups, emotional fulfillment, perhaps a mother doesn't like who their child wants to date, so they may not let them date, maybe at the house, but not invite them for dinner. At 10:50, or 11:50 rather. Or it's no surprise that the Empress is not showing up. If the King of Cups reversed and the Emperor reversed will be there, because they're both reversed here anyway. And then we have abundance of the 88, again the two twins dancing side by side, and beneath that the moderation of the 14, the temperance, the patience, and the higher love. In a split, divide, a lie, a fall from grace, or someone cut out, or fell on their face, or embarrassed themselves, needing more clarity and lacking faith. The Queen of Wands reversed, sick, tired, or angry, and recovering. And the Six of Cups upright, kids or twins or soulmates, siblings, happy and loving each other as the messenger of truth comes in from a distance or to disconnect. The Knight of Pentacles offering help, money, or opportunity to the Hermit, the wise one, or perhaps the professional giving advice, or a friend, or a grandfather, or a Virgo with light, but high on the wall and looking down and getting old. They may trip on their robe. A bunny and two ladybugs, and two elephants or trumpets reflecting through the water or photonic light. Turn right or down, or upside down and into each other's eyes. Those pools of water with two knights and a hermit well, the Knight of Swords and Knight of Pentacles without illness here. They're doing good. The Hermit or Virgo also here, doing well. The underlying energy has Aquarius upright and Aquarius reversed, Cancer reversed, Taurus upright, Leo upright, Capricorn reversed, Libra upright, Aries reversed, and Virgo upright there. The Hermit vulnerable or left rejected, or with twin Page of Cups, two Page of Cups reversed, two of them. Vulnerable, crying, rejected, or spoiled, where the worst is over and the bliss is now setting in. And this could be two babies crying as well. With the Page of Wands, the twin dance, 88, and abundance. Recently is the Four of Pentacles reversed, the Divine Masculine's heart in the Batcave, letting go and coming out. Present to lack of affection, breakup, or no lover, or just the Empress upright or mother, and the Queen of Wands, sick or weak, or clingy after death or near-death experience coming together, uncomfortable sharing, or settling out before dawn, or in a deception of the Two of Cups reversed, disconnect, or at a distance, post-war, or COVID. The foundation here is the Four of Wands reversed, an unstable home, moving, visiting, coming home, or ending a marriage, and the Page of Wands inspired to end an emotional cycle and or unhappiness with the Emperor reversed, who may be out of control, either abusing their power or an ego death, stepping down, perhaps retiring, or to hang out with kids or in the sun, or exposed the wounded warrior in lack of emotional fulfillment. The central energy at the heart of the matter here is the Nine of Cups upright, finding happiness with self, satisfied, getting their wish. The Knight of Cups offers love to those left out, suffering in silence, with the King of Cups reversed, or visiting a parent or grand at the house or facility, and they're not well. Perhaps the world is upright and the cycle is complete, and the sealed Divine Feminine is in the 5D. And I don't remember if I said this or not. This is for the twin flames, Divine Masculine and Feminine, not just the masculine. So the challenge here for the twins is the Four of Cups upright, the grounding and integrating, praying on a star for guidance, in a split, a lie, a divide, a need for clarity. The King of Wands reversed, tired, sick, or angry, or ornery, defensive. Ace of Cups upright offered by the Knight of Wands post-war, and fending off others. It's like it's getting, having advances but not wanting them, fending them off. The King of Pentacles boldly moving, but maybe chickened out on an announcement or judgment or a wake-up call, and reaping rewards. Together and at a distance, and or apart, yet close, enough of the Grim Reaper, or trans, impatient or fallen angel, unhappy, or done with a family, or clearly offering time, money, and effort, a payoff or loan, or offering a new life to the Three of Cups group or celebration, a hermit losing their mind or coming out after isolation, the Six of Cups upright, kids, soulmates, or twins at 1218, which is the hangman and the moon. The Six of Cups upright, kids, soulmates, or twins standing up for themselves to temptation, the devil's wave, or Capricorn. Now present crowning the situation for the twins is the Seven of Cups reversed, coming back down or downstairs and or repeating the steps. Up before dawn, The Queen of Swords speaking out about offer and dropping the facade in the aftermath of sudden events with Hermit upright. The secret is out and holding tongue, or need to use their intuition and not lash out. Pisces reverse, Scorpio reverse, Cancer reverse, so all the water signs here, and Virgo upright. Fallen angel with attitude, or Sagittarius who drinks, impatient on two timelines, or destined to manifest, hangry, in disconnect, but happy alone with self, losing patience in separation and or heartbreak or minor surgery. Two lovers, down to one, without a leg to stand on, getting over grief, loss, regret, and the past, with the world upright and the end of the cycle, or divine feminine in the 5D. The Knight of Cups is upright, offering love that he perhaps owes, or she owes, on a quest to the Six of Cups, twins or kids, happy and loving, nostalgic and clear, taking the high ground with the devil, Capricorn, temptation, or ball and chain. Soon, not reflecting, or now coming out, or mental illness, frustrated King of Wands reversed, moving to peace with Sovereign after drama and not having learned their lesson, dropping the ball and then manifesting with tools to do more work. Dumping a load, a burden, a responsibility, or just negative self-talk, no message or rumors, spying, lying, or kids, the Page of Pentacles reversed and the Page of Swords reversed, in trouble again. Twin flames are seeing themselves as the Queen of Swords upright. In energetic exchange, the arrows of love, expressing feelings and desires, with the Page of Swords reversed, bad news. An ill parent, or hiding work issues, or hiding at work, with the devil waving, temptation, or Capricorn codependency. Healing family issues and attraction come up here for the twins. Around them, or how they're seen, is the Eight of Wands upright, the energetic exchange, the expression of feelings or desires, and the arrows of love, or fast-paced communications or travel. The Queen of Cups reversed got away with it, offering a bribe or a lie to the justice or judge in divorce, or to Libra, or judge is the judge and jury deciding on the punishment here. The block here for the masculine and the feminine is the Eight of Pentacles upright, manifesting and working, and yet letting go at the same time to fix, repair, and mend. Perseverance, but even more so here for the twins, is personal growth, intuition, and leadership. Frustrated with olive branch extended, or unable to conceive, conceptualize, or get aroused, the King of Cups reversed, sharing, drinking, or depression issues, or illness with Six of Cups, fending off the devil and or virus. The King of Cups reversed, sharing or settling out with the Ten of Pentacles, family, business, community, or legacy, and dumping emotional attachments that no longer serve. Separation, moving, and the King of Swords reversed, rising without sleep, awake and coming out without option, the devil to have some fun and peace, rising above the drama, awakened. Grounding and integrating, dumping emotional attachments, the wounded warrior, and sovereign, with the Ten of Pentacles, family, business, community, or legacy, and satisfied with self and or alone. The Page of Cups, this could be, it looks like the masculine with their kids, or it could be the masculine and feminine with a third person who's a wounded warrior. Both of those situations could come up here. The Page of Cups reversed, unstable or moving, visiting the Queen of Swords in energetic exchange as the divine masculine's heart is opening up and coming out satisfied. Challenged by the grounding and integrating of a wish, coming out of work, repeating steps with the King of Cups reversed, or dumping emotional attachments and separation with the devil, finding peace and rising from the ashes. The Page of Cups reversed, with the worst being over, with another Page of Cups reversed and Page of Wands upright, or the Page of Cups reversed is coming out to the Hermit upright, moving, visiting, or happy with self and satisfied, perhaps doing shadow work, and challenged by their wish and grounding and integrating it, dumping emotional attachments. With the attachment could be to thinking that Queen of Swords is crazy in energetic exchange at work, right? Expression of feelings or desires, or the hours of love, or just energetic exchange. With the King of Cups reversed, which can also be conditions of love, as opposed to unconditional love, And the Three of Swords, which can be separation or heartbreak, or perhaps a surgery of some kind, along with peace now rising and rising above, perhaps coming out here in this situation. So I'm going to pull you an energy card, see what comes up. And it's 3517, which is the Wounded Warrior and the Star. So for everybody watching, the best and highest good of all is concerned. What do we need to know? What do we need to learn? And let's clear all negative energies across all dimensions of time, space, matter, and realities. For the highest good of all is concerned, let's fill that empty space with only beautiful divine love and diamond crystalline light. And so it is. Whoop. Excuse me. All right, what is the message? What is our takeaway from this read? Okay, we have the Magician in the Mirror. Okay, so definitely energy of manifesting, perhaps being caught in the middle of the night. 53 is the Knight of Swords. The Knight of Swords was reversed in the read. It was actually upright in the underlying energy, but reversed in the main part of the read, which can be someone who's verbally abusive and or lashing out. So he could be reversed. This could definitely be the Emperor or the Magician. The Magician, I think, was upright, though. Yeah, the Magician was upright. But the Knight of Swords, 53, was reversed, and the Emperor was reversed. So he could represent more of the Emperor here. So maybe he's caught off guard or got caught and had to step down from his throne. That could definitely be coming up. And then we have the 15 of the Shadow, the Devil, and the need to show appreciation more, to show gratitude. Maybe he hasn't shown gratitude. Or maybe someone hasn't shown gratitude to him for all he's done. Like what? Have I not done enough for you? So there's definitely appreciation needing to be shown. And then we have the 7th chakra Archangel Uriel. And this very much reminds me of like a high school or college graduate who's totally miserable because now they've achieved with honors, except they're not happy because they're not doing what they want to do. And 41 is about self-love. You know, it's learning to be authentic. Self-love, spiritual love, new love. But someone's definitely had some kind of crowning achievement here. And then we have cornucopia. So that's the 11 of Justice. So showing appreciation for what you do have. I mean, none of them look quite happy, do they? Even though they have all this abundance here. So I think that's definitely the point. See the abundance and the light that's always right in front of you. The butterflies, the beautiful things. I mean, she looks somewhat happy, but not happy. She looks like she's putting on airs. So it's true authenticity and true gratitude for just what you have, for the people who have done things for you, even if they may not be the nicest person in the world, or maybe it's the other way around and they need to show gratitude. But that's definitely coming up here. The underlying energy is the 50 of the 10 of Cups, which is emotional fulfillment. This is kind of a combination of strength and the 10 of Cups. And is that, the Strength card is reversed. I think the 10 of Cups was upright. I know the 9 of Cups was upright. Where are you, 10 of Cups? Nope, 10 of Cups is reversed. So this card is actually reversed, because both the Strength and the 10 of Cups were reversed. So this is about the ending of an emotional cycle or an unhappy family and being weak or just needing the strength and courage to do what needs to be done. Now this is the underlying energy, so this is going away. But this is why we're coming into that weird energy with the cards that came up. The patience, and again, this is like that other card where like she has everything she needs, she has all the time in the world, but she's not happy. Her liberties have been taken away from her. And this is people being rendered weak. Okay. So, and that's with, Martin Luther King coming up to learn to appreciate what we have. In order to come into the things that you aspire to, you have to be grateful for what you have. You have to love what you have, but in order to get to make a step into something new, to expand, you have to learn to be grateful and love what you have in the moment. And just be present to the moment and not look forward or back, but just accept what you have, which then naturally expands into the next because you become inspired. Okay, so make sure you drink your water, get your rest, get your joy, get your nature. I know I need some rest. And thanks for being with me, you guys. Rise and be love. I will definitely talk to you all soon. Have an amazing day. Bye, guys.